right, now we have shifted focus to some breaking news that's coming in. According to police officials, Pune Rural Police have registered an accidental death report at the Baramati Taluka Police Station in connection with the air crash in which Maharashtra Deputy Chief Minister Ajit Pawar lost his life. Further investigation has been initiated. So, this is the latest bit that is coming in. At the Baramati Rural Police Station, an accidental death report has been registered by the police officials, and this is in connection with the air crash that took place at near the Baramati airport, in which Maharashtra Deputy Chief Minister Ajit Pawar unfortunately lost his life. Obviously, right now investigation is currently underway. We also have reports that the forensic team is on the ground. They are collecting evidence from there. We have a lot of personnel also deployed over there to make sure that the investigation is thoroughly conducted, and the state is ensuring that there is a transparent and accountable investigation that is currently ongoing in this case. Earlier this morning, we also saw the last rites of Ajit Dada Pawar. Let me in fact go across to my colleague Shahid Ansari, who is joining us on the phone line. Shahid, ये जो नई खबर आ रही है हमारे पास कि बारामती के रूरल पुलिस स्टेशन में एक एक्सीडेंटल डेथ रिपोर्ट रजिस्टर की गई है।
जी बिल्कुल, इस पूरे मामले में जो घटना
All right, I believe there is an issue with the connection with my colleague Shahid over here, but we were informing that the black box has been recovered, and currently investigation is going on in this entire site. We also know that the forensic team is at the site currently collecting evidence, and now a case of accidental death report has been registered over there at the Baramati Rural Police Station. Remember, earlier today in the morning, we had the Maharashtra DGP who reached the crash site in Baramati, and we also had NDRF personnel who were present at the crash site as well, along with the police officials. So, a host of authorities present at the crash site trying to investigate how this crash actually happened. शाहिद हमारे साथ वापस जुड़ चुके हैं। शाहिद, आप हमें जो एक्सीडेंटल डेथ रिपोर्ट रजिस्टर हुई है उसके बारे में आप बता रहे थे।
जी देखिए, जब कोई भी मामला, अभी मैं जहां मौजूद हूं, मैं उस लोकेशन पर ही मौजूद हूं जो जहां पे जो हादसे का जो है हादसे की जगह है, जहां पे जो है दुर्घटनाग्रस्त हुआ है। क्योंकि आमतौर पर देखिए, जांच कोई भी करे, कोई भी टीम जांच करे, लेकिन जो मामला दर्ज होना होता है वो स्थानीय पुलिस में जो है मामला किसी भी घटना या दुर्घटना है उसका दर्ज किया जाता है। इस मामले में भी जो है स्थानीय जो पुलिस स्टेशन है और पुणे ग्रामीण का जो स्थानीय पुलिस स्टेशन है उसमें उन्होंने मामला दर्ज किया है। तो ये जो मामला है ये एक्सीडेंटल डेथ का मामला दर्ज किया गया है। अब चूंकि जो है स्थानीय पुलिस भी जो है इस मामले की तफ्तीश करेगी, इसके अलावा जो DGCA या दूसरी एजेंसीज हैं वो भी जो है इस मामले को जो है इन्वेस्टिगेट कर रही हैं। फिर उसके बाद जो है अपनी अपनी रिपोर्ट जो है सबमिट करेगी। इसको आमतौर पर जो है इस तरह के मामले में ज्वाइंट इन्वेस्टिगेशन होती है। पुलिस ने जो है इस मामले में एक्सीडेंटल जो हादसाती मौत का मामला जो है, एक्सीडेंटल डेथ का मामला जो है दर्ज किया है, और अब इसके बाद जो है पुलिस की भी रिपोर्ट रहेगी, इन्वेस्टिगेशन जो होगी। स्थानीय पुलिस जो लोकल पुलिस है वो भी इस मामले में जो है तफ्तीश करेगी, छानबीन करेगी, फिर उसके बाद वो भी अपनी रिपोर्ट सबमिट करेंगे। जी
शाहिद, आप हमारे साथ बने रहे। वी हैव सम मोर इनपुट्स ऑन दिस स्टोरी। इन फैक्ट व्हेन वी आर लुकिंग एट दिस एंटायर, आप वहाँ पर सुबह से थे क्रैश साइट पे, वहाँ पर बहुत लोग पहुँचे थे, महाराष्ट्र के DGP भी पहुँचे थे और NDRF पर्सनल भी थे, अपार्ट फ्रॉम जो पुलिस जो अपनी जांच कर रही है। शाहिद,
मैं बता दूं कि इस पूरे मामले में चूंकि मामला जो है राज्य के उप मुख्यमंत्री से जुड़ा हुआ है, तो जाहिर सी बात है जो एक्सीडेंट हुआ है जो प्लेन जो है 5 लोगों की मौत हुई है। तो ये मामला इतना छोटा नहीं है, ये मामला बहुत बड़ा है। हालांकि मौत किसी की भी हो उसकी जांच तो होती ही है। यही वजह है चूंकि राज्य के उप मुख्यमंत्री जो है इसमें मौजूद थे, उनकी मौत हो गई है, उनके साथ जो है 5 लोगों की मौत हुई है। तो इसके बाद जो है इस 5 लोगों की मौत में जो है राज्य के जो डीजी सदानंद दाते हैं वो यहाँ आए। इसके अलावा जो है राज्य के दूसरे लोग, दूसरे अफसरान, दूसरे लीडरान, सारे लोग आए, दूसरी एजेंसीज आई। जो सदानंद दाते चूंकि महाराष्ट्र डीजी है, इससे पहले वो एनआईए में थे, वो भी जो है इस जगह पर आए। उन्होंने जो है इस मामले को उन्होंने देखा, उन्होंने भी जो है इसका जायजा लिया। वजह उसकी यही है कि मामला जो है किसी भी तरह से जो है जो इन्वेस्टिगेशन टीम है वो जो है किसी भी तरह से जो है इस मामले में जो वो ना हो, इस मामले को लेकर जो है किसी भी तरह से कोई ढिलाई या कोई कमी ना रहे। तो इसलिए राज्य के जो बड़े अफसरान हैं उनकी जिम्मेदारी होती है कि वो इस मामले में जो है तफ्तीश करें और उस तफ्तीश के बाद जो है अपनी रिपोर्ट जो है वो सबमिट करें। तो वो भी सदानंद जो है यहाँ आए थे और अभी आप देखकर अंदाजा लगाइए वो जो रनवे है, रनवे और उसके नीचे ये जो है जो जगह है वहाँ पे अभी भी जो है मलबा रखा हुआ है। जांच टीम जो है वो अभी भी जो है जांच कर रही है, सैंपल कलेक्ट कर रही है, फॉरेंसिक टीम। और इसके अलावा जो एनडीआरएफ की टीम है, स्थानीय जो पुलिस है, वो सभी लोग जो है मौजूद है, डिप्लॉय किया गया है सबको आसपास। किसी भी बाहर जो लोग हैं वो काफी तकरीबन 300 मीटर 400 मीटर के डिस्टेंस पे है, लोगों को मना किया जा रहा है यहाँ आने के लिए, क्योंकि जब तक इन्वेस्टिगेशन कंप्लीट नहीं होगी किसी को जो है यहाँ आने की इजाजत नहीं होगी। यही वजह है कि पुलिस को जो है पूरे इलाके में जो है तैनात कर दिया गया है, पूरे इलाके को जो है छावनी में तब्दील कर दिया गया है, क्योंकि किसी भी तरीके से इन्वेस्टिगेशन पर कोई असर ना पड़े। मेरे सामने आप देख सकते हैं कि ये पीछे की तरफ से जो एंट्रेंस गेट है यहाँ पे भी जो है बैरिकेडिंग की गई है, जो पुलिस जवान है उन्हें तैनात किया गया है। और इसके साथ साथ जो है ऊपर हिस्से में आप देखिए एनडीआरएफ की टीम और पुलिस जो है मौजूद है, क्योंकि कोई भी किसी भी शख्स को यहाँ आने की इसलिए इजाजत नहीं है कि जब तक जो है इन्वेस्टिगेशन मुकम्मल नहीं हो जाएगी यहाँ से विमान का एक कण भी जो है सिवाय फॉरेंसिक टीम के कोई और उसे टच नहीं कर सकता। पुलिस की जिम्मेदारी ये है कि यहाँ पे किसी को भी जो है वो आने ना दे और जब तक जो है जांच पूरी ना हो जाए कोई भी यहाँ आ ना सके। दूसरी तरफ आपको मैं बताऊं कि काफी लोग जो है इस रास्ते को देखने की कोशिश में जो है इस तरफ जो है आने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं, लेकिन पुलिस जो है उनको मना कर रही है क्योंकि वो इस तरफ ना आए। बावजूद इसके जो है बहुत सारे लोग हैं, कल भी लोग आए तो पुलिस जो है यहाँ खदेड़ना पड़ा, क्योंकि कोई भी एजेंसी जो है जो इन्वेस्टिगेशन कर रही है उनको जो है किसी भी तरह की कोई दिक्कत पैदा ना हो। जी
बिल्कुल, शायद हमारे साथ बने रहे। इनफैक्ट इन सम मोर इंफॉर्मेशन that is coming in, a crucial detail has emerged in the investigation into the Baramati plane crash that killed Maharashtra Deputy Chief Minister Ajit Pawar and 4 others. Reportedly, a senior DGCA official has said that moments before the impact, the cockpit voice recorder captured the crew expressing sudden alarm. The Aircraft Accident Investigation Bureau has begun a detailed forensic probe to determine what went wrong in the final moments of the crash. Joining us on the phone line is Sanjay Lazar, aviation expert. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us on the broadcast. We appreciate your time. Sir, through this tragic incident that is coming in, obviously various preliminary reports are coming in, and we are getting to know of a crucial detail where the crew might have expressed sudden alarm. This is in fact reportedly a senior DGCA official said that this was recorded in the cockpit voice recorder. The investigation obviously now looking at those final moments before the impact, sir.
Firstly, I've looked at the images, last images of the aircraft, and it seems that the aircraft suddenly veered to one side and banked. So, you know, and obviously then went off into the shoulder of the runway. I understand the black box has been recovered, but I cannot verify if any DGCA official has said this, because it's far too early. It's far too early to pick up the black box and start decoding it. It's barely been 24 hours since the accident, unless they are speaking of some conversation that happened with the ATC. I cannot verify that. However, it does appear now, when you look at the new images that have come out of the crash, that there could have been something technical which caused the aircraft to spin in that manner as it was about to land.
Since you are an aviation expert, if you can help our viewers understand how a black box can play an important role in this entire investigation, if it's recording what actually went wrong, why the aircraft veered towards the left and other details.
Ma'am, a black box is technically, the flight data recorder, the flight cockpit voice recorder. They are combined, called the black box in colloquial terms. One records what transpires in the cockpit, and it records in a loop. So every 30 minutes are recorded constantly, so that if there is an accident, you can always recover the transcription of what transpired in the cockpit. The other records the data of the aircraft, the pitch, the speed, the throttle, whatever is gone up, the altitude, all the aspects of telemetry and the avionics of the aircraft. So that is normally taken to, we've opened a lab currently in India that's a very modern lab, so it will probably be taken there to Delhi and decoded. So it cannot happen that somebody has decoded it within 24 hours because they recovered it only late last night, I'm told. So I would not prescribe these rumors of these DGCA, alleged DGCA officials. I would still say wait for the final report or the preliminary report from the AAIB, and then let's look at this more deeper. But prima facie, from video evidence externally, it does appear that the aircraft veered to one side, banked, and then exploded into the shoulder of the hill.
Right. If I can request you to stay on with us, sir. Let me in fact take our viewers at what exactly a black box is and what it can tell us, and how this black box can actually play an important role in this particular investigation, because this is something that has been recovered now by the agencies. They are trying to investigate how the probe, how the crash actually happened, and they are trying to reconstruct the final moments of just before the crash. So let's look at what exactly is a black box. This is the Learjet 45, a sample of the plane. The cockpit is here and the black boxes are located over here in the tail section of the Learjet 45, and from those visuals that we have for you from the crash site, the tail section was something that had not suffered a lot of damage. So let's look at what exactly a black box is. This is the power supply. This is crash survivable. It's basically orange in color, and this survives the crash if any kind of crash actually happens. And this also is a solid state flight data recorder. So this actually records the data from the flight, and this is the cockpit voice recorder that in fact we were just talking about, and the units record for 25 hours. So for 25 hours this unit which is actually 122 meters long, it actually records everything that is happening, is said in the cockpit. And this is this part just in front of the cockpit voice recorder is the insulation and thermal block, protection up to 1100 degrees Celsius. So in case of a fire, this is the part that actually prevents this from a damage, that actually prevents and makes it survivable in cases of a crash. So because it can provide protection of up to 1100 degrees Celsius, and this is a flash memory that is also present, and you have a underwater locator beacon as well. This transmits from a depth of 6000 meters every second for 30 days. So why this is important is because if there is a crash that happens, say for example in a water body, then this is a beacon which will actually keep transmitting signals for the next 30 days, so that they can in fact find where this black box is, recover all the data that is present over here and over in the cockpit voice recorder, and decode what actually happened in the final moments before the crash. Let's also look at this section, which is the interface and controller board. This ICB records some 33,000 flight parameters, including airspeed, altitude, how engines are working, status of key systems, etc. So, there are 3,000 flight parameters, like we have been talking about, that the plane suddenly in fact veered towards the left, why it happened. This actually records everything, the flight parameters, the airspeed, the altitude, how the engines are working. So, you get to know if there was any sort of technical problem that arose in those last moments as well. This part, and this is the memory unit as well. It's of stainless steel or titanium, CSMU, and it can withstand impact of 3,400 times force of gravity. So, over 3 times the force of gravity, this thing can sustain that impact, made of titanium or stainless steel. So, a very robust unit over here that can withstand fire, that can withstand a force that is 3,000 times the gravity force, and also survivable in terms of underwater if there is a crash that happens in the water body. So, this is why this black box is very important. It has the solid state flight data recorder, it has a cockpit voice data recorder, it has it records all the flight parameters as well, what was happening, and also a memory unit which is made of stainless steel or titanium. So, this is what a black box actually looks like, and remember that in this investigation as well of the Learjet 45, the black box was present in the tail section of the plane, which has in fact survived the impact of the crash as well, and this is something that has been recovered. So, the black box records flight data and cockpit audio to investigate and determine the causes of aircraft accidents or incidents. So, this is actually used to